Hey guys, it's Clint with CBMTV, and today I'm out here with my family and we're at Grand Canyon National Park. We're going to take a bike tour along the canyon rim with Bright Angel bicycles, so I hope you enjoy the ride.
And while I'm talking, y'all also can look at the canyon. Y'all do not have to look at me. I promise I will not get offended. But the canyon is going to be 277 river miles long. River miles, of course, are going to be different than straight miles because the river twists and turns. The other thing is, on average, across from the south rim to the north rim as the raven flies, it's going to be about 10 miles long. The longest point is going to be 18 miles long, and the shortest point is actually going to be where Evel Knievel jumped, closer to Las Vegas, at about 500 feet. The Grand Canyon is going to be a mile to go straight down. Of course, if you were to take either Bright Angel Pathway or South Cape Bob Trailhead, it's going to be about 7 to 8 miles going down, because you have, of course, switchbacks and you're going along the canyon rim. It's going to be on average of 20 to 30 degrees hotter down at Phantom Ranch than it is going to be up here. So today the high is going to be about 90, so that means it's going to be about 110 degrees to 120 degrees down at Phantom Ranch. Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's a little bit of a problem being such a big bird that's eating dead things, because of course over here the biggest animals that we have are going to be our mule deer, our mules, and our elk. They're not going to spend a lot of their time. They do have names if you go to Condor Watch.
This is so different than being on my mountain bike.
I admire you guys.
It's all downhill.
Check out the river. I am going to talk to y'all a bit about the Colorado River. Alrighty.
Oh, there it is.
So, first I have a question for y'all. Have any of y'all ever been whitewater rafting before? Alright, y'all know what class? So.
How deep is it?
The Colorado River?
Or like when it's in the canyon, yeah.
The Colorado River can get up to about anywhere from like a few inches to about 20 feet.
Oh wow.
The first one you don't have to go very far for, because it's this one. This is the banana yucca plant. Please do not touch this plant also though, because it is incredibly sharp. The Native Americans used to use those spines right at the top and the strings that they have coming off of them as needle and thread. They were able to easily pierce through leather, so it's incredibly sharp. So again, I do not recommend touching it. Normally if I say not to touch something, it's probably because I've touched it and regretted it. The other thing that we have right here is going to be our desert cliff rose. As y'all can see for the cliff rose, the bark is really soft and it just kind of shears off. The Native Americans actually used to use this for ropes, because you can take it and peel it off in layers. You can braid them then together and it creates a really nice rope. The other thing about this tree is that you can rub it as much as you want to and you will never get a splinter from it. It's a very nice, very resourceful tree. This tree right here that I am not going to be touching is going to be our pinyon pines. Sorry, Ponderosa is a little bit further away from the rim. These Ponderosa pine trees take about 4 years to fully mature one pine cone.
Wow.
So these pine cones are incredibly important around here though. And whenever they drop their seeds, they're going to be our Ponderosa pine nuts. Y'all might have had other kind of pine nuts, but most of them are going to be European. They are very high in calories over there. But here, they are going to be a complete protein, so they have all your amino acids that you might need. The sap from this tree also is incredibly important because it's going to be an antibacterial sap. So if you were to get a cut or a scrape, you can heat up some of the sap and put it on your leg and then take an animal hide or something and slap it to it, thus creating like a band-aid. Does anybody want to guess what this tree is?
So it's a kind of pine tree?
Juniper?
It's a juniper. Does anybody know what we get from juniper berries?
Juice?
What?
A kind of juice, maybe?
It is a type of juice for 21 and up.
No. Adult juice.
Gin.
Gin! You got it. So you're not allowed to drink it for a while. So these little juniper berries, they'll turn purpley and then they'll drop down to the floor. They're also great for a couple of other reasons too. If you steep them into a tea, it helps relieve menstrual cramps. And then if you eat the berries themselves, they work as a great natural fast-acting laxative. Do not eat the berries. The juniper trees here also are very special because if they are growing within 25 feet of the rim of the Grand Canyon, something unique happens that scientists can't explain. They'll live a lot longer. On average, junipers can live to 400 to 600 years old. Over here on the rim, we have juniper trees that are living over 900 years. This little bush right here, does somebody want to guess what it is? Alright. You're right. It's going to be desert sage. Y'all can actually go up and kind of pet it. Be careful not to pull off any of the leaves. And then smell your fingers. It smells like sage. This desert sage is an antimicrobial. So if you're hiking down and you start to smell yourself, you can build yourself a little campfire, throw some of the desert sage on it, and waft it onto yourself, creating a smoke bath. It's almost like you're putting yourself, it's smoke deodorant. So it does help eliminate odors that way as well. They always say that, of course, in like a lot of indigenous people, they do throw sage and things into the fire for cleansing and purifying. Well, it really did cleanse and purify because it was an antimicrobial. So it is very cool that their religion does mimic actually a lot of what these plants do have in their natural properties. All we're doing is
Doesn't matter to me. What do you want?
We'll get one with the bike so we can prove
Cool.
we were on bikes.
Yeah.
you know, because some people just like the helmets.
Exactly. Move over.
Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Over time when we were at the South Kaibab Sea. This was all the way down at the bottom. So The first D in dude stands for deposition. You can also sometimes still find little sea creatures and things in the rocks itself. Like little cephalopods and everything. We will not find any big dinosaur bones though. Pretty birds in the North Atlantic plate did what? Under the American, the Pacific plate did what with the North erosion? Can somebody give me things that make erosion? Yep. Wind. What else? Water. What else? Because we have all of its history right in front of us. But how old do you think the canyon is? Would you count from when the down cutting started? Would you count from when the rocks were formed? So it's always fun to see the ravens because you literally can see them eye level with you or looking down. With honestly any kind of birds in here, you're normally looking up to the birds. Now we're looking down to them.
Are they crows or ravens? Because they call
Ravens.
like crows.
They're ravens.
Okay.
How can you tell the difference?
Mainly by size.
They're much larger.
Yes, and their intelligence is a lot higher.
I was wearing like a bright yellow shirt. And like every day, like a mile raven was just swarming around.
Yeah. Ravens also have facial recognition, and they will communicate with each other for people who are mean or nice to them, and then they will treat you accordingly to that. So if you are mean to one raven, all of them are going to have a vendetta against you. That also means that it's also really cool because ravens also will show compassion. They'll show compassion to humans as well as showing compassion to the other ravens. If they notice that there's a raven who is struggling more, they will leave they'll leave some food behind where the raven can easily go and find it. So the raven is going to be finding food for itself with the help of his friends. It's really cool that ravens do that. Ravens also have figured out a way to open up every single one of the trash cans here, except for the bear trash cans. I don't know if y'all noticed, especially there was that lady right over there. They have it's hard to open our trash cans. That is because the ravens, we had the bird-proof trash cans. The ravens figured out how to open them, and a group of 6 to 7 of them would all go in at night and unscrew the lid and then go digging into our trash. The reason why they cannot open the bear trash cans is because they don't have fingers yet. So the ravens have not figured out a way to open up our bear-proof trash cans. We do not have bears on the south rim. They're going to be over on the north rim. But it is funny because that is a question that I get a lot. They're like, do you have bears? And I'm like, no. And they're like, but there's the trash cans. I'm like, it's the raven-proof trash cans here. Alrighty, and now I'm going to talk to y'all a bit about the elk. The elk were actually brought in here after the original elk species were hunted into extinction. They did not know about conservation much back then. So they brought in the Rocky Mountain elk from Yellowstone. The Rocky Mountain elk do not have any predators out here, so they have blossomed and they have gotten huge. There is now an elk problem here. They are an invasive species that we did bring in on purpose. So the elk are extremely invasive around here, and that's why you'll notice a lot of our waters are either have to be turned off or they're fenced in, because the elk have gotten so crazy that they will kick people out of the way. There's also going to be the mule deer. The mule deer are really cool out here. They're the only species that have no genetic difference between the ones that live on the north rim, south rim, and bottom of the canyon. You gotta remember, north rim can get up to 10 feet of snow. Bottom of the canyon can get up to 130 degrees. And we're a desert. So it's amazing that they're able to live all over here. And there's no genetic difference. That means that they are very adaptable animals. They're also a lot smaller than the elk, and it looks like somebody flipped them over and dipped their tail in a can of black paint. The other really cool animal that we do have here are going to be the world's friendliest rattlesnake. It's the Grand Canyon rattlesnake, and it's pink. The Grand Canyon rattlesnake will get up to no more than 4 feet long. That has never been known to bite or to bite somebody and have it cause a long-term effect. No deaths have also been recorded to this rattlesnake.
It's not easy. They're not waving their hand.
You see the water moving now, huh?
Yeah, just barely, guys.
We're brought back out. Now we are riding bikes and we are dying of heat right now, and most of us are in shorts and they're in workout clothes. Can you imagine doing that with skirts and dresses and tuxes and
No.
wool? Yeah, no, she did the drive.
So how long, like, do you sign up for a
So
certain amount of time?
yeah, I signed up for the full summer season, which is March until October. And I do plan.
I'm thinking about going there just to go on a food trip.
Yeah.
Go to New Orleans because I love crawfish.
Oh, I know. It was.
Yeah, I was look.
You want a picture?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Perfect.
Thank you. Hey guys, thanks for riding with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. What a great place this was. Beautiful place to go and ride. I highly recommend it. Bright Angel bike tours here. They're great. Had a great tour guide. Had a great ride. And I hope you guys have some time this week to go out and enjoy the ride. Thanks.